gentlemen. Ellis, I'll start with you. Mood in the camp. Seems relatively excited ahead of the Bristol game.
Yeah, we got a win against Newcastle the other week. Sparked some excitement back into the boys, and T's been back energising the lads, so everyone's buzzing.
Obviously lost Jonah for the season, but you do get this bloke back next year. When you say energising, what do you mean? What does he bring?
Energy. Obviously, a flary bloke, so I enjoy playing with him. He was a good bloke all round.
Talk about that Newcastle win. You watched it on TV, I assume. Tough one to watch. Hard at the end there.
Yeah, it was. I didn't really watch it, to be honest. I don't like watching the game when the boys are playing. It's no good for my nerves, and I just don't like it. It just doesn't make me feel. I don't know. It's just a personal thing. I like to watch it afterward and see where I can help. But I'm just happy the boys got up and they played well.
I've got to ask you, what do you think about Matt Tamura in the 15 shirt? You can be honest.
I thought he's filling in really well. No, being serious, to go from 12 to fullback is not a natural switch. You normally go from either wing or a 10. But for him, I thought he's been doing really well. I know people gave him a lot of shit on his first hit out, but I thought he was in the right position most of the times, and he's settling well. So I thought he played really well.
You talk about that shit, so to speak. Tough stuff to read in the last month as players.
What, in the media?
Yeah, everywhere.
Yeah, I guess. I just don't really read it. But when you get directed out on social media and you cop a load of flack, it's quite rich because you can take a load of grief off fans and then you dish some out, and then we get sanctioned internally and all that sort of stuff. But they're allowed to say whatever they want and they can sleep easy at night, but they don't realise that they're upsetting the boys, and we've all got families, and families probably read what you say about the players. I know some of my family have definitely messaged me about some of the stuff that's been said. I don't know, sometimes people lose sight of what rugby actually is at the moment. Yeah, we're not doing great and we know that ourselves, where we are in the league and that, but we don't need reminding every 2 minutes. We're in around it 24/7, so appreciate the support, but yeah, I'd rather people stop abusing us on social media.
The side part to that, or the other side of it, is that you also know that half of what you see isn't true, and you guys see the hard work going in. So if someone questions your effort or how much you care about something, you know that they don't know the whole picture as well, don't you?
Yeah, you do, and you should take it, be the bigger person and just not reply, but I don't know, sometimes obviously it hits you quite deep, especially I don't know, the boys were injured when I was injured, and I've seen people going at the lads. I felt take it upon myself to defend them, as you've seen Telusa do for some of the boys, and we're all on the same road, we're all trying to achieve the same thing. And it doesn't help us by popping off at us on a social platform.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, it's the last 6 months probably the hardest for me mentally. Being off the field and watching the boys go through those tough patches, and we only have each other and our families, and that's it. And I can't sit by and watch everyone have a go with the boys, for the efforts. I mean, if you want to have a go yourself, we're training here on Mondays. Come on down, bring your boots, bring your mouth guard, and then join in with the boys and see what happens. But and the bigger picture is the boys are giving it their best and their 100% effort, and no matter what's going to happen, always going to stick up for the boys.
You talk about 100% effort. You have got yourself back fit probably earlier than some might have thought, even yourself. And how'd you feel running around last weekend in the Prem Shield?
I felt pretty good, to be honest. I felt it was good to finally get out there and just get the ball in hand and run around. The last 6 months have been quite hard, not touching the ball once, and to finally get out there and get among the boys, it's been quite good.
What about training again alongside these boys? He said obviously you bring back the energy and the flair, but for you just to be back on the pitch, you just look a much happier person.
Yeah, I mean, that's where you most enjoy it. Most of the boys hate rehab in the gym. Out there is where we enjoy it the most. To be brutally honest, the reason why we play rugby is to get out there and show your skills and challenge yourself. But I think I've learned more off the guys that haven't played as well, because I've been with them, I've been training with them the whole time, and they've picked me up, and they've sort of guided me along the way and cheered me up. And then now I'm in the first team, getting up there now. It's just about nailing my individual role and getting back out there, not trying to do too much.